All right, altcoin season tier list part 2. There's going to be an alt season. If you don't believe it, then this video is not for you. But if you believe that there will be an alt season, you want to be in the strongest coins. We can give a lot of coins that can go up if Bitcoin goes up, but what coins can actually outperform Bitcoin? So let's take a look again at altcoins on their Bitcoin pair to see if they are now in a great buying opportunity. Maybe that we feel like, okay, this coin can better go, or we wait a little bit on it. Let's find out. Now, these are all coins mentioned by the community based on the last video that I made with a couple of altcoins that I mentioned myself, or that I hold, or that I just took. And people had some requests. So I felt like, let's put all these coins in this tier list. These are coins that I hold, that I don't hold, that I know, that I don't know. It's all over the place, so it's completely unbiased. So welcome to the Fomo Factory. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and let's get right into it. I don't want to make this too long. The altcoin market just got wrecked. Now it's up a little bit again. Now it's wrecked a little bit again. It's all over the place. But at a certain point, altcoins will outperform Bitcoin. That's just the money flow, right? And you have to be in the right altcoins. You cannot just buy stuff that is only going down, right? If you are in altcoins that are underperforming against other altcoins, yeah, then what's the point, right? Then at least be in the altcoins that are at least holding up against Bitcoin, because when the market does turn around, these coins can bounce hardest as well. And for now, when the market goes down, the coins that are already underperforming can get wrecked hardest as well. So again, these coins are by request. If you have for a part 3 certain coins that you feel like, oh, can you check this out? I can check them out. Again, this is purely on their Bitcoin pair. Why is that important? Because Bitcoin is 90, 100K, right? If altcoins bounce on their Bitcoin pair while Bitcoin is sitting that high, altcoins on the dollar pair can go up really, really hard. So therefore, this is more important to take a look at. So let's get right into these coins right here. Now, the first one is CWAP. So CWAP, I'm not going to explain what these coins are, because of most of these coins, I don't know, actually. I have no clue. I heard of some of those, most of them though, but it's purely about the charts. Now, if I look at CWAP is actually holding up better than most other coins, right? Even during this last huge correction that the crypto market had, CWAP at least was already sitting higher so that it had some room to take the fall. So purely by looking at this chart, I feel like, man, I don't know what it is. And can it go down another 30, 40%? Sure. But this thing is at least not making new lows against Bitcoin like the average altcoin market is doing. So CWAP is an outperformer. Based on the chart, I would say this is actually a really good hold. So I will put it here in the good hold section. Now, what makes it a great hold or a good hold for me? You know, it's all about risk reward, because a great hold can turn into a awful hold as well, right? If CWAP was sitting here, for example, I would say, wow, this is great. It's more of a great buy, actually, right? Because then you're really buying the lows, right? And then if it goes up a little bit, it only 350% to just go back to where it was 2 months ago. That's insane, right? That's really insane. However, if it sits that low, it doesn't need much, and it can also break and go in price discovery, and then it's a terrible coin. So it's always the coins on top can eventually wreck. Like, let me be very clear about that, okay? These are purely price levels. Yeah, that's all I wanted to mention for now. Next one is FAT. Let's take a look at FAT. Look, FAT has a lot more history, of course, right? This goes back all the way to 2019. Came out, got wrecked pretty hard, right? And now what's interesting about FAT is that this is one of the fewer coins that's actually over time making higher highs against Bitcoin, right? A lot of coins on the Bitcoin pair especially, they make lower highs and they eventually die off a little bit. FAT keeps the traction, so that's a really good thing. And I must say that, look, where it is sitting right now, again, after this crash, or whatever you want to call it, it has some room to fall back here, right? A lot of room actually. And if it loses that level, yeah, then it still has a long, long way to go down, right? So this has a lot of support actually. So I would say with FAT right now, yeah, it looks like an insane opportunity. I mean, the last time it was sitting where it is right now, it went up with 500% against Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin also goes up, then Fed USD exploding. This actually looks like a great hold to be really honest. Next one, Stellar Lumen, XLM. Now, the thing with XLM is that it's also an older coin, but again, completely different than FAT, right? FAT is making higher highs over time. XLM is making lower highs over time. So this is more of a bad coin, actually. It was supposed to have some good support at this point, right? But at a certain point, it broke and it turned more in resistance right here. Yeah, and now it's a question like, hey, what are you gonna do right now, XLM? I mean, it's a little XRP kind of ish, maybe even worse, right? Like XRP just goes sideways and it occasionally pumps. XLM more goes down and it occasionally pumps. So you can be like, it's somewhat of like this of a downtrend, right? And you can buy the lower side of this range at a certain point and then catch the uptrend if it happens. Yeah, on the other hand, I don't see much reason to buy this, right? Like it was holding these lows for a while. Okay, fair enough. Just had a huge pump together with the older coins that just had a big pump, like Cardano and XRP, etc. But as you can see, just give it enough time. I mean, week one it retraced with 15%, right? Week two, 25%. Week three, 36%. Like, and it goes on and on and on. And now it's 45%. Yeah, before you know it, it could be back here. So based on this chart, I am not too bullish, man. Actually, and this is at least now something that I would definitely not buy. Maybe when it's down here somewhere, right? But still, then there are many more coins that are better buy. So XLM, I would say, yeah, had a big pump, got some attention. Overall, chart on the long term, weak and in a downtrend. I put this in the bad category, actually. It's not even mad, it's just bad. Next one is XDC. XDC is also somewhat of an older coin. Yeah, and it has a little bit of the same structure, right? It has also like this last support right here, where it found support from May 2021 until January 2024. It broke, and you can see that therefore I like coins that hold up against Bitcoin, right? Because you can see that from the moment it breaks its downtrend, yeah, it can go down another 70% before you know it, right? Because there is no support anymore. So yeah, at a certain point, at a random level, it will bounce. But yeah, is that going to be here, right? And before you know it, it already happened. So therefore, that's dangerous. Yeah, this is now resistance. So also, if I look at this chart, I'd be like, yeah, this one is more likely to do this than this. Right, so therefore, XDC, I put this in the bad category as well. A little better than XLM though, but not much better actually. Next one, XI, and this is terrible, man. I mean, this is a awful looking chart. Fun fact: a couple months ago, I thought I bought it. I want to replace it for IMX partly. So I went on wherever, what exchange I bought it, put it on my CoinGecko watch list. And at a certain point, I was looking at that exchange and I was like, I can't find it. Turned out that my buying order didn't went through. So I didn't buy it actually. I thought I had it for months. Now I feel like, nice, right? Like, yeah, that wasn't bad. Like, it doesn't even have support really, right? It has these real small moments where it finds somewhat of support and then down again, down again, down again. So this is basically, I mean, yeah, the only reference point that we have is the moment it came out. But how much does that mean actually, right? So this has been basically in one big fat downtrend, and this is catching a falling knife. Xai is, look, I mean, these two at least show that they can bounce. Xai is more like, yeah, I mean, occasionally it has somewhat of a bounce, but no, like, I put it all the way in the back. I don't like this at all, to be really honest. Then we have virtual. Virtual, big hype. I like the narrative. I mean, the market at the moment of recording is going down a little bit, and nobody cares about hype at that moment again. I mean, people more care about not losing money. I understand that, but the market can turn around as well, and then the hype might be back. Plus, it's a cool product, for all I know about this. And apart from that, at least this has something, right? It's an older coin. You can see that this is an area of somewhat of support, right? I mean, it went up, had its first big resistance, went down, second leg big resistance here, went down, right, up again. Now it mooned, it peaked, and from that moment it is now down with 70% in a matter of a month. Look, it's a little dangerous to call it like, it's a little like meme coins though, right? It does nothing for a while. Then people they find out about it, see the hype. It goes up really hard. Everybody loves it until it has that huge blow off top, and then it goes down really hard, really fast, right? Is it worth to do TA on something like that, or is this more psychology? Well, I mean, psychology is in the TA eventually. I don't know about this one, to be honest. I feel like if you want to get it, then this is the level. But it might as well go down to the next support level, which is down another 50%, maybe even 75. So for me, this is a meh. It is like there's too much hype for this, and it's really dangerous to trade hype, to be honest. So I'm not sure about this one, actually. I'm not sure. I can see the upside. I can see it bounce really hard here, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it goes down really hard here. And yeah, in that case, it would be a little hard to call. Next one is Sui. We have Sui right here. Look, Sui, it has the new hype, right? I mean, it's all about Ethereum until it is all about Solana, until it is all about Sui. And yeah, it feels like, I don't know how sustainable the attention span of people is nowadays, right? The danger with Sui, though, is that it had this stop when it came out, kinda. Went down, up to that same exact level, and then a fat rejection. So I do feel like, oh, okay, I'm not sure. Like, is this maybe one big consolidation for Sui, right? Could be. I mean, it could definitely be. Now, the thing is, though, that this next big support level was easily broken by this last shakeout. With Sui, I do feel like there is a lot of support, right? There is a lot of support that we can give it, and I think that, like, with Sui is such a DCA kind of coin, actually, right? You DCA this level. If it breaks, you DCA this level. If that breaks, you DCA this level, right? So let's see what it does. Like, I cannot say actually yet, but it has been a big outperformer. The altcoin market is now on its lows against its Bitcoin pair. Sui is more at the highs. So that's a really good sign. I'll put it in the meh, and I'll put it in the meh at the front. Meh as in doubting, right? I did the same with Solana in the last video, and a lot of people said like, huh? Again, doubting. It could go do very well, or it could be that the hype is over and it will move on, because that's what the chart is saying. So it's a little contradictive. Therefore, I find it dangerous to just say like, oh yeah, super strong, right? Like, but I also find it dangerous to say like, yeah, chart is stopping out. Like it could go either direction. And in this case, I don't know, man. I don't know. Next one is sauce. And sauce is, I think, I don't know what it is. Maybe an exchange, something like that. I've TA'd it before, apparently. I did it here, I think, and actually it's not bad. I mean, it's holding up like sauce. What was sauce again? Let me check real quick. I think that if it's something on sauce swap on Sui it is, I think, or something like that on H-bar. Oh, stupid. Yeah, H-bar. So it's an exchange on H-bar, which is not surprising that it pumped right here, at least because, you know, all the coins like H-bar were pumping. Dangerous also, again, this is the middle finger pattern, right? So that's often is that's a totally made up pattern by me, by the way. But often the middle finger pattern is where it first gives you the middle finger, the other finger, and then goes down. Let's see. No, I mean, it's holding up here very well. So in that case, it is definitely worth to take a shot at this place right here. It's not really there yet, but it's holding above those levels, which is actually really, really solid. I think sauce, like, again, I'm not looking at narratives, etc. Chart-wise, looks like a great hold to me, actually, or a great buy, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, let's see if that's exactly actually what it is. Next one, this is Rilio. Let me check real quick, because again, I am not familiar with most of these coins, so I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. So Rilio, let's see how this one is doing. Also small term time frame middle finger pattern, by the way, and it's already going down. Now, I know that Relio had a lot of hype at the beginning of this bull market. And for the people, bull market, yeah, I mean, the prices are going up, right? So that's a bull market. And in the meantime, they go down a little less. So, yeah. Now it cooled off like a lot, right? It had such a huge blow off top, and from that point it's already down 87%. So this comes down to conviction. If you like the project over here, that's fine. Then wait for it to be at here, at this price, and then buy it, right? And if you don't like the project now because the price is lower, then you have your priorities not on point. I do think, though, that Rio is in a perfect support point, basically, right? If you look back, this goes back to February 2022, right? Went down, resistance, went up, support again, all the way up, big moon, and then all the way down. I would say if it gets into this level, then chart-wise, this is a perfect buy, man. Really perfect. Insane. I mean, the last time it was at that level, right? Like that level, it went up with 1,000%. Fucking hell. Against Bitcoin. Again, imagine if Bitcoin also goes up, right? Not saying the same will happen. I mean, it's a way lower high than this right here. So, but whatever, man. I mean, it could be pretty interesting, actually. I'm getting a call, Margin. Okay, wasn't bad. My wife broke her nose because of our baby. Whatever. No, sorry, I'm a good husband. Anyway, Relio, to come to a conclusion, I do think that once it gets to this level, then it might be a good buy. You want to be a little careful with your expectations though, because it was in a clear uptrend and it now broke it. So it comes down to this horizontal support. If it loses that, then it's back to the all-time lows. Now, I must say that's far from here, right? That's another 80%. But hey, it's crypto. For now, I would say if it gets in this level, juicy, man. Really juicy, actually. So I would say great hold. And I will put it in the middle, actually. I think that it's belonging there very, very well. Then we have Pond. Pond, and forgive me, by the way, if some coins, if I look at the wrong charts, there might be some charts that take it back further. I did that sometimes where the charts don't show full history. But this one goes back to 2021. It's quite old. Now, terrible. I mean, no. It had this support right here. Right, from 2022 until July 2024, broke. And in the recent altcoin doing well kind of phase, right? It was more that this was just testing old support levels and got rejected from there, and now making a new low again. So I think that Pond tried, failed, ready to tank. So Pond is, in my opinion, a bad one together with Xi, basically. Next one, Pepe. Pepe, let me see what we got. So, okay. Yeah. Look, again, that's the thing with meme coins. They can erase a lot of gains in just a couple weeks, right? Like not only meme coins, but especially meme coins. They can do that very hard. Even the big caps like Pepe, man, it's incredible. There should be a chart again with more history for this one, but this goes back to 2 years ago, give or take. It's something. Now, the thing with Pepe was that this whole level, in my opinion, was supposed to be big support, right? It was the breakout level before the run-up. We came back down there, twice tested it, success. Now we just blasted right through it. And that's a weak sign. Now, then it's looking for the next big support level. And it's not much, actually. I mean, this little thing over here, maybe. And if we break that again, which is not much, then we can look at the next level. Yeah, and that's from this point another 50%-ish. I would say Pepe is now currently just in a big falling knife, and let's see how far it falls before it gets back up, right? Like it can bounce here, it can bounce here, it can bounce here, it can bounce here. That's the danger about Pepe right now. Considering that it is Pepe, I do think that it will get back up if meme coins will do well again. So in that case, Pepe at the moment is a meh at the back at this moment. But it could, and it probably will at some point reverse again. Next up is Ondo. Ondo, big outperformer in the RWA sector. With Ondo, I feel like this coffee is disgusting. With Ondo, I do feel like it. Yeah, I kind of missed this. Too bad. I mean, really strong coin, lot of support around this area here, which is from here another 30-35% lower. In the altcoin capitulation wick, it almost went there. Yeah, if you can get a chance to get it here, beautiful. But for now, I mean, it is really strong, actually. Look, and that's a good thing if you're holding it. But if you want to buy it, I feel like, yeah, you have to be patient. And then if it gets there, I think that that's a fantastic opportunity, actually. I mean, if you look, it's not for no reason that it wicked exactly here, right? So it is currently in this trend. It's also a little bit in a lower high trend. But this can go on for a long while, right? Like this can go on until where these lines meet each other. Yeah, that's somewhere the mid 2026. So in the meantime, I would say low side of the range is a opportunity. High side of the range maybe load off a little bit. And again, it's now in the middle. It's above. It's a little bit of nothing at the moment. So therefore, I would put Ondo in the meh. At the front of it though. And more meh as in at this moment, right? Again, if I would have shot this video a couple hours earlier, I would say screaming buy, of course. But yeah, that's not where we are right now, so I can't help you. Next one is it's all not organized. Nakamoto Games, and Nakamoto Games currently. Look, I mean, this one had a big outperformance. People said like gaming is dead, and but then again, we had Naka doing a 23x against Bitcoin. We had Superverse doing very well, right? And that also gives these coins a lot more room to go down. And it's also using that opportunity, by the way. It's taking advantage of it. So let's not lie about that, though. But with Naka, yeah, I mean, the big support where it all comes down to is around 40-50% lower from here. It has something going on at the top side of this range where it is right now. So for a first DCA, now might be a good level, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down a lot more. And that would be the ultimate screaming buy for Naka, by the way. That's insane. It was really insane. So with Naka at the moment, I feel like it's a good one at the back though. But nah, I want to say it's decent. It's decent, right? It's decent. Next one, NS. Okay, look, this makes it easier. It just shows the ticker on the actual logo. NS. Don't know about this one, by the way, so don't blame me. But bad. I mean, it basically down only, right? I don't know if we can take it, but like, I don't know, whatever, right? But it's clearly high, lower high, lower high, lower high, low, lower low, lower low, lower low. So bad, bad. Like it's now sitting at this low where it was a couple days ago. But I mean, here it was also at the low, and here it was even a higher low, so, or higher. So you might say like, oh, it's a good one, and then bam. Now this just a typical coin just came out. Looks like the chart that just had a pre-sale, people selling off their vestings or whatever. This can bleed to death, right? Like I've seen coins that started like this, and if you like the project, fine. But sometimes you also just want to wait to see how the chart plays out. And based on the chart, I would say bad, but really at the back of it, like bad. Like it starts like, it looks like the start of a downtrend. Like it's not even halfway over, basically. So therefore, I would be a little careful with that one. The next one is Morpho. Morpho is also newer on this list. I don't think it's that new of a coin, Morpho. Let me check out. Is that true what I'm saying? It feels like this one is older than that. It's not. Okay, well, whatever. Good morning, Morpho. You know what Morpho makes me think of? Morpho looks a little bit like Caspa, right? And why do I say that? Caspa also had a look. Morpho kind of, when it came out, outperformed really hard, then went into some kind of a distribution phase. And Caspa did kind of the same, right? Outperformed really hard, some kind of a distribution phase, and then the downtrend started. With Morpho, it's way newer and different time frame, right? But Morpho looks kind of similar. Yeah, is that actually what's happening? I mean, it could also be the beginning, right, of Morpho, and that it just finally is cooling off a little bit after uptrend, right? Up, 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 up. A lot of support resistance along the way. Goes down, support again, and then maybe next level. So if you believe in Morpho and if you feel like, hey, this is a good project and whatever, you'll know more about it than I do, then this is the level, basically. This is really the level. Yeah, and then it's just a matter of buying and believing. So with Morpho, I would feel like on a shorter time frame, okay, it's a good hold actually. And I will put it at the back right there though, because it's newer, has more to prove. Anything could happen. Mafia. Mafia. Oh, fuck no, maybe? No, I mean, no. No, like if you hold Mafia still, get out. Like this is the typical coin that you sometimes want to look at and be like, you know what? I bought the wrong one. Shit happens. Let's sell, move on, right? And you might feel like, oh, it's the worst moment ever to sell. Yeah, but I mean, here it was also the worst moment ever to sell, but you did prevent an 83% loss by doing that, right? So in that case, no, Mafia. What a terrible fucking dead chart this is. I know about the game and it looks like it's okay, right? It's kind of stolen from what I know. But look, I mean, no, it had a lot of hype when it came out. Wasn't it on Binance even? No, not on Binance, but it has decent listings here and there. But then again, yeah, the hype was really there. $300 million market cap. Yeah, it's now at 10, right? So it's not even only inflation. Although it went from $10 to 30 cents. Yeah, no, also down. Like it's just everything is bad. So far, the big loser of today. Then we have IMX. Didn't I cover IMX in the last video, by the way? I don't know. I said I sold this a while back, and I'm very happy I did, because IMX was obviously like holding its kind of last support right here, right? Broke, and somewhere I said like, okay, fuck it, I'm sell. And yeah, again, I got comments like, worst time to sell IMX. I know, but I did prevent a 55% loss. So I'm not too mad about that. Yeah, look, IMX best case scenario, it goes up 130% to test previous support as resistance, right? So it has to do a lot to maybe go down again. No, IMX really bad. Just looks terrible. Not in price discovery. Yeah, it's in price discovery. Not down only, at least. It had some support, but other than that, it's a terrible looking chart. ICP, let's take a look. ICP, same. Like, I understand that people ask me to review coins because you probably don't hate the coins, but you like them and you hold them. So I don't want to step on toes. I purely look at charts, okay? That's just what I'm doing. And based on the chart, ICP, kind of the same structure as IMX, right? Where it was kind of holding lows, down, right? ICP was even worse because IMX at least was holding it for a long time, since 2022. ICP since 2022 was going down, and in late 2023 it started to finally stop its downtrend, basically. And it had a small pump, right? I think that this was an actual decent pump, by the way. 230%, really decent. But even that pump, eventually it meant nothing, right? It went down to the support area and now it broke. So yeah, from that point, it's already down 30%. Yeah, this is a coin also that is just down. It's a bad fucking chart. It's terrible. And occasionally it will probably pull these big pumps. But yeah, why would you try to catch those, right? Like, why not buy something that's strong? So if I would have ICP right now, I would sell it. I would at least not buy it right now. Bad chart, worse than IMX, not as bad as Mafia, but definitely one of the big losers of the day. And again, sorry if you like ICP. but maybe consider not liking it anymore. Injective had a lot of hype, right? And this is also a pretty fucking big middle finger right here, right? If we don't count this. Can I see something nice in it? No, I mean, injective, I mean, it looks a lot better than most other charts out there. That's for sure. It's been holding, look, like, wow, beautiful, right? Like this wick, okay, kind of fucked it up. Otherwise, it was perfect, but it's still at the trend line at least, so that's good. I think that holding this trend line is a very good sign if it does that. But other than that, I would say it is now at some pretty decent support, right? Pretty decent support. So if it is ever the time to buy injective, then it's now. No, the bull market. Okay, never mind. Apart from that, horizontal check, diagonal, somewhat check maybe. Next big resistance level is about 60% up on its Bitcoin pair, give or take. Yeah, 30-60. So this looks at the moment like a very decent, I must say. So I would say a good hold at the top of it, basically. I would say, yeah. I mean, this one also has shown that it's not constantly getting wrecked against Bitcoin, right? It's also, when Bitcoin does well, this thing does well. Yeah. Next we have H bar. Let me take a look at H bar. Not the newest chart, I think. Let me get a newer chart. H bar USDT divided by Bitcoin USDT. So H bar, there we go, is overall in a downtrend. I mean, low, lower low, lower low here. From 2021, it's been making lower highs. So I get the H bar hype that was happening a few weeks back, a few months, whatever. But it was also just a period maybe where Bitcoin money was flowing into the high caps, right? And H bar was one of the high caps, the older high caps, and it kind of went automatically probably. I don't know. I mean, if it can hold this whole region, then that's nice, right? Previous resistance into support. Be careful that it doesn't break though, because if if it breaks, then we still have support on the H bar here. But from this point, that's another 50-60% lower. So for now, it looks decent, but it can turn out to be very dangerous. And over the long term, I don't like it anyway. So I would say decent behind Nakamoto games, really. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I would buy Ondo and virtuals and etc. Over H bar, but at the moment, chart wise, I would put it there. I think. Next one is Gala. That probably looks like crap, but let's take a look. Where do we have Gala? Yeah, no. I mean, what the hell? What do you want me to say? Like, Gala, also the older coin, in a forever downtrend basically, and hard as well, right? Like from the top, it is already down like 98% against Bitcoin. Can you imagine putting one Bitcoin in and now having 0.02 Bitcoin left while Bitcoin is 100K? Fuck. Oh, not nice, man. So no, over the long term, bad shit. And again, bad shit could eventually turn around. It's a matter of statistics and chances and odds, etc. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not saying that it's guaranteed to go down or up, right? But overall, Gala, terrible. And also the kind of chart that eventually finds just one place where it bounces pretty hard and then just goes down harder. Bounce really hard, go down harder. So I would not buy fucking Gala for a bit, man. And this is worse than IMX and ICP. Mafia is more vertical down, so I will put that still in the back. But Gala is not far from that. Floki, again, all comments from you guys, whether you like it, these coins or not. Like, it's not my positions. Some are, some not, right? So unbiased as possible. Floki here. Oh, okay. I do think that there is some more history on Floki because this is an older coin than 2023, I think. I don't know who's still holding Floki, to be honest, because I can imagine that Doge is the OG meme coin. That I can understand. If you are apart from that in the meme coin game, you want to play maybe the newer ones, right? Like, well, I don't know, the newer ones at least. Floki is somewhat like it feels like a little in the middle, like nothing for me or so. But yeah, 2021 it goes back. So there is a chart with more history on Floki. Floki was maybe divided by Bitcoin USD. Let me take a real quick look. Like, yeah, there's more. So okay, Floki. I mean, long term, it's in an uptrend. Right? Can we take it back here? No, sorry. It is making higher lows, man. That's a good thing. Also lower high compared to 2021 though. But yeah, this was full blown alt season and this wasn't, so that makes sense. Actually, like chart wise, I get why you would want to have this. Because this is just a really strong chart. Can't lie about it. Lately, it's been getting completely wrecked, but yeah, 81%, wick to wick 84. Can it go down to this region? It could. That would be an insane buy, actually. But maybe the best is to DCA because it has been making higher lows, right? So it might be that this is going to turn out to be a higher low. And when Floki has its moments, right? Like 220% in a fucking week. Like, that's also what meme coins can do. So yeah, it's chart wise, I can't hate on it, man. Looks really good, and I would say good hold. No, I would put it as a great hold actually. Here, yeah, fart coin. So somebody said about my previous list, you're holding all these crap coins, but you don't hold fart coin. Like, can you imagine? It's 2025, man. Twitter or crypto Twitter or YouTube is so mature. Like, you are actually getting mocked for not holding a coin named fart coin. Like, I understand why they want to ban crypto and everything. Like, Jesus, what are we, 12? But I get that that's where the money is. I get that, but I just find it funny. Like putting some use case coins in and then like, you don't hold fart coin. Like, yeah, okay. Anyway, I know that fart coin has been performing really well though. So I get that. So let me take a look at fart coin right here. Let's see. So fart coin at the moment. Look, that is kind of the danger about it, right? Like, it has been outperforming really hard. There were like 30 million meme coins, and fart coin was one of the few that was really a success. Yeah, what do you want to do? Do you want to buy it at the beginning where you gamble on one of the 30 million? Then you're likely to lose. Or do you wait for the confirmation that it's the outperformer and then buy, but then it's actually too late, right? Like, therefore, I don't like this whole meme coin kind of thing, really. Because either you are really early, but you're probably going to lose, or you're just a little too late, right? And with meme coins, it's always a question like, is it going to stay? How long can hypes last, right? We have a short attention span in crypto. So From the tops now down 74%. It's nothing exceptional actually at the moment. What is interesting is that this area has somewhat of support. But yeah, we could have said the same thing over here and that broke. So it's also kind of the last support that it has right now before it falls to this level, right? And from this point, it's not that far, I think. It's down another 40%. So that can happen pretty easily, I think. So with Fartcoin, it's more like now it really has to push back into this range as support. If this is going to be resistance, yeah, then it can go down pretty easily to the next support level. So chart wise with Fartcoin, I feel like, ooh, I don't know. It has to make a gigantic move right now to keep the momentum, right? And that's what meme coins are pretty much all about, momentum. Because with a high, down a lot. So therefore, it has to go up with at least 300% against Bitcoin to make another higher high. Otherwise, that structure is broken. And that's kind of what I think that's driving these meme coins. And again, meme coins are also known for going up 300%, but to rely on it is a little too much. Chart-wise, I wouldn't buy it right now. I would see, wait and see what happens in this area right here to make my decision. If it goes here and it gets rejected, then no. Then wait for it to go down to this level and then maybe buy it based on if the hype is still there by then. For now, Fartcoin looks bad actually, and not like this kind of bad though. I mean, it outperformed Bitcoin for a very long time, so I have to put it in the front of it. Because long term it was looking good, but now in the short term it's just losing it, and it's really losing it hard. Ethereum, yeah, I mean, Ether, look, this is Ethereum, and this is where I have to be a little hypocritical, right? Like, I want to base this on charts. Chart-wise, Ethereum, purely based on this here, yeah, that's terrible, right? However, based on what we have over here, there's a lot going on. But also, it's fucking Ethereum, okay? That will be okay. Like, that's more likely to come back than whatever we just discussed, basically. So the thing with Ethereum now is that it had a capitulation also against Bitcoin, got bought up pretty decently. That was also a big support zone, right? Goes all the way back to 2016. And since then, this was a level, right? So that's for Ethereum for now. I do think that where we are right now, though, could be resistance. Because that I figured like that should be support, but the capitulation blasted right through. New support was found. I think that Ethereum over the long term is a fantastic buy, whether you are here or here. If you can get it here though, huge. So yeah, look, I put it at the top of a great hold, of course, right? Not necessarily because it has the highest returns, but risk-reward ratio, it's best, right? Every single other altcoin is at least 5 times as risky as Ethereum, at least. Like some are like even like, but the reward, now we are so low, is getting higher as well on ETH. So I don't mind some ETH right now. Have to check real quick. I think this is Ethena right here. Yeah, Ethena. So let me take a look at Ethena. By the way, in the meantime, if you want to like the video, appreciate that a lot. It takes a lot of time. I'm tired as fuck. But this is how we prepare for alt season, really, by looking what's holding up against Bitcoin. You believe me, if we get an alt season and you look at coins like this way, you will be happy, really. Athena, look, I mean, was in a pretty decent uptrend, right? Beautiful. Broke it down. Now it comes down to the horizontals. And yeah, from what I see, this whole level here is huge support from, well, huge, I mean, it is good support since 2024. It can go below it, as you can see, right? So no guarantees. But getting it at this level, chart-wise, looks good. But it's already above it a lot, right? Can go down another 30%, then it would be a great buy, chart-wise. For now, again, I would be a little careful. Because it could definitely be that this diagonal is going to be extra resistance right now. At the moment, it's kind of between. So I will put it for now in the meh. And I think, no, not at the back, man. I think here in the middle, kind of. Domi Online, one of my few moonshots that I still hold. And with that, I don't only mean low cap, but also a very small amount of my cash, because these things can crash instantly. For now, I feel like, well, let's see how it plays out. I mean, it is breaking down right here, right now. So when I look at that, it's like, okay, let's see how it does, man. Let's see how it does. It's only one weekly closure below it. Wicks can happen in 2-3 weeks, but it's not the start of something nice. So with Domi, I would be really careful at the moment. But that's also the thing, right? There's a lot of risk right now. But yeah, if you see the last time we were sitting at this level, the kind of reward that came from it, it's insane. So if you feel like, yeah, gaming will be back, low caps will eventually do well. The stars all have to align, but once they do, this will fucking blow up. So I will put this in the meh as well. In the back, though. It's not bad yet, and it has a lot of reward potentially, but it could very well turn up to be a very bad one, actually. So that's kind of the thing with that. Next one, deep. Project on Sui, I think. Let me take a look. Wow. Insane. Like, this is the kind of chart that shows you, like, hey, we hold up, man. We hold up. Look, I mean, this area here is beautiful, right? Resistance here, run up, broke, support, up again in this big, wick to the downside where everything found new lows. Basically, this thing just kind of previously support and resistance was tested and like, okay, fuck it, I don't want to come back there. Let's go up again. Insane, looking really good. On the shorter time frame, a little resistance. So eventually this is going to have a meetup somewhere, right? And that's the moment of truth. Yeah, based on the on the chart, on the performance, right? Like, oh my God, this is a monster, man. The thing is, though, that look, chart-wise, this is one of the better charts. It doesn't necessarily mean that I put it on top here, because on top here also means that it's. I also want to combine it with a great buy, right? Yeah. This had the opportunity was here, right? Like, this is now not that you feel like, oh, this is the opportunity, and a lot of other coins might be. So therefore, I would be like, yeah, it's hard. Therefore, right? But nah, I cannot put this low. I mean, this is it's probably I just put it here, right? Like, I don't even know, but this is a fantastic looking chart. Next one, what the hell is that? Dofu, I think. Let me confirm real quick. Dofu, yeah. So whatever that is, I don't know it. Look, this is the kind of chart that you don't want to buy. I mean, it has been wrecked only. It's now a first big bounce for, well, basically the first time, really, right? A real sustainable bounce as well, 400%, like, by the way, crazy. But it has no, like, also going back down like that, no problem, right? And I think what you now want to see is that these lows, that it will hold. If it will hold this, then you might actually buy into something that could do well. But again, how many charts like Gala look like that, like down, bounce, down, bounce, down? So therefore, this is a chart that we don't know yet. And yeah, do you want to find out having all your money there or not? High risk. And for now, therefore, I'm gonna have to put it in the map, and I will put it in before Domi, because this actually has some more chances. But other than that, I do feel like, ooh, be a little careful with this one. Could go both directions. Cetus, how do you pronounce that? There you are. This one, yeah, okay. I mean, nice, right? Like, and this is what I think is nice. I get that. Oh, wrong thing. I fucking high right now. No, sorry, I'm not smoking. So weird. I get that you know, which chart was it? Yeah, that coins like what was the outperformer that we just saw? Dovu, no, Deep. Yeah, Deep. I get that this is looking fantastic, right? But if I look at this, I'm gonna say nice, right? Because this also shows like, hey, it's at least not crashing, but we're still buying something that's at least at a low, right? Like last time at this level, it went up with 650%, right? It's not even diminishing or anything. It's going up. So I like this chart, man. I like this. Can we do something nice with this? Anyway, not now, right? I think it can go down here. It has showed in the last 2 years that it goes down here very often. And if it goes down here again, 25 up to 50% maybe down, right? And it's not necessarily on the dollar pair, right? If Bitcoin runs from 100 to 150K while that happens, the dollar pair can still go up, right? So don't necessarily see that as something bearish. If this happens while Bitcoin goes to 70K, by the way, then your altcoin will get fucking wrecked. So that's the question. But I do think then when it gets down here, that's an opportunity. That's a real opportunity. So this one is something that I would feel like not buy, don't sell. Keep it close on your radar. And once it gets there, then I will put it here. Cake. I don't think that cake's gonna be any good. No. Look, the thing with Cake, it's the native token of PancakeSwap, but what do you really need to token for, man? I mean, it has some stupid use cases here and there, but it's not like DeFi summer again or anything, right? Like and the chart shows like people don't care about this token at all. And it makes lower low after lower low after lower low, low high after low high after low high. You can probably draw a pretty decent trend line, like. Can it break out at a certain point? Yeah, but that's what we've been. You can say that for the last 3 years and it doesn't do it. So why would you buy this? Cake looks terrible, just like Gala, almost as bad as Mafia. So no. Brett, Jesus, an hour already. Sorry, guys. Brett. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Brett is also newer and real quick to confirm if this is taking it all the way back, by the way. I think that's kind of it. Max. Yeah, March 2024. So look, bread is hard now, man. Or look, like two options. Either bread is now dying, right? Like it came out, had its hype, nice, done. Or bread came out, big hype, sell off, super opportunity. So this is kind of where you want to be careful. But if you want to take a gamble on bread, then yeah, you must do it here, right? And if it bounces back to previous resistance levels, that's already a 2x against Bitcoin. So again, chart-wise, opportunity-wise, huge. But I would put it here because it's also risky. BNB. See how BNB is doing. Look, I mean, overall, is BNB is quite of an outperformer against Bitcoin, right? Since like for 8 years already. So that's looking good. And it had a high, it had a lower high, one move down till the beginning of the post-halving year, outperformance, right? High, lower high, one move down till the beginning of the post-halving year, maybe outperformance right now. Could definitely be, could BNB. I mean, if you look where it's sitting right now, I know BNB is not the hype coin, but it is one of the coins that's not completely getting wrecked. One of the few coins against Bitcoin. So don't underestimate BNB. I would say I think this is actually in a real good buying zone right now, if I'm honest. And it's a big range. Can go down another. Well, it's not that big. 20%. I like BNB actually. This looks fantastic, man. I mean, it's a boring BNB, but it looks good. I'll put it here. Beam. Okay, this chart looks a little different. Look, Beam. No, I've already drawn this earlier. Is same as bread, right? Either in a at the beginning of dying or in a huge buying opportunity. And then it comes down to what do you believe in, right? Do you believe in a super meme coin, whatever the fuck cycle, and that bread is gonna do well? Buy bread. If do you believe that gaming is gonna pick up? Buy Beam. Like, it comes down to belief. Charts are both showing strength when the market is well and showing that they fucking suck when the market is not doing well. Right? Goes for both of them. For me, Beam is a massive buy, just like bread. So yeah, I cannot put it at the same place, so I'm gonna put it before it, but it's basically the same for me. This is blue. Yeah, blue. So the DEX or ADEX on Sui. Yeah, I mean, this is not looking good. Came out, had some resistance support here before the big breakout. So I figured like, hey, maybe that's going to be the level, but didn't care about that. So this, yeah, let me put it like, I don't know, man. There is going to be resistance for this thing at least if it goes back up again. I have a very small bag of this, but this was kind of like in line with my expectation. It was more of a gamble. For now, it's a downtrend. If you already have it, I would say might as well hold it. It's new. It has something here, but if you want to buy it, I would say let's wait and see where it actually stops. I would put this in the bad category, definitely. And I would put it somewhere here. Yeah, no, I mean, a little lower is not, yeah, here before IMX. Adam. Adam Cosmos. Oh my God. No. Look, that was the thing about Adam. Adam was basically in a very obvious range for a very long time, right? And 2019 until basically, beginning 2024. And since then, it has been falling only. Looks a little like Matic. Very bad. I will put it. It's slightly worse than IMX, maybe, and slightly better than ICP, but it's not great. Then we have the next one, and that should be ARC. Bad, right? I mean, this was the support that was left basically, and it broke, and now it's like, okay, middle finger, right, and bye. So price discovery to the downside. I would be very careful with this one. I like again, if the market recovers, then it could do something like this, right? And it's now no, just no. So somewhere there, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's not like perfect. AOIZ. AIOZ, sorry. AIOZ. Let me check what's going on right there. So this one has a little more history at least. That's something. AIOZ is a lot stronger than most coins, which is really good, I guess. Yeah, the big support is. Look, I kind of it kind of already broke support, right? If you look at this whole level right here, and it's now down. So the next big support level comes in around, like, yeah, what, 30-40% lower than where it is right now. So AOIZ, it's too bad that it lost this level. Otherwise, I would be really bullish on it. But it just showed like support, no way. So it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. But it's not that I now feel like, whoa, opportunity in the building, or no. So I would say it's decent. Not as good as Naka. Yeah, the opportunity is like different. I will put it here anyway, whatever. Aptos is, it's Aptos. So Aptos, let me check how that's doing. Now, I mean, what do you want me to say? It's been a pretty heavy downtrend, lower highs, lower lows, down basically from the moment it came out. Terrible. Put it after IMX, right? Like, not looking good. Then AI16Z by Virtuals. AI16Z, here we go. Yeah, funny, right? Like, these projects, they come out. It's kind of meme kind of stuff, right? The AI thing is mostly driven on hype, and you'll notice that that's doing very well when it goes very well. But when the market feels like, nah, then these projects, they dump like crazy. So they can make you a lot of money, but you have to be very careful when you buy it, right? Look, this area was supposed to be support, in my opinion, right? Where we had resistance, support again, back support, and it broke. Yeah. And then it's looking for the next level, and there is not really a next big level, in my opinion. Maybe this here, this piece of level, which is currently down another 20 up to 35%, and that takes the ladder down and down and down. Might be a fantastic opportunity though. Like, good. Not now. It's in the middle. I will put this in the map, kind of together with virtuals actually, because these charts look quite similar, by the way. So yeah, then we have one of the last ones. This is Aerodrome, and Aerodrome. Yeah, I mean, narrative-wise, I kind of like it. I think that base is going to be very fantastic, but I don't really see the use case for a a base DEX. We have Uniswap that works. Why do we need? But whatever, it works. Yeah, and it also I've drawn this box earlier, but it's not that. Look, I don't want to move the goalpost or anything, but it's that this whole area right here also makes sense, right? And Arrow is like, I think it's still well within the support range right now. If that breaks, it can go down another 25, 40%. Overall, it has been outperforming Bitcoin. So that's looking really good. I do think that this is a fantastic opportunity right now for the first DCA. This is a fantastic for the next DCA. Let me put it like that. Overall, this is a chart that feels like, wow, you are at least not getting fully wrecked against Bitcoin like the rest, right? So it at least outperforms most of the altcoins that we have seen today. And therefore, I would put Aerodrome actually, I have to put it above Beam because it's holding up way better. So yeah, there. And then we have Playable Games. And Playable Games is fucking wrecked. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Look, I mean, Playable had its support, right? Obviously, it had its support around this level, and it broke. And now it's really the last piece of support over here, and it cannot use one more smack to the downside, or it goes into price discovery. So with Playable, high risk, but also potentially super high reward. I mean, the last time it was here, it kind of went up with 42x, man. I mean, that's the reward that you get potentially for taking such a big risk for where it is right now. Yeah, you decide if that's good or decent or meh or bad. I mean, I'll put it, in this case, in the meh because I doubt, I don't know which one of the two it's going to be, but I put it in the front because the potential reward is just really, really, really well. Then the last one, Thai. And Thai is not to be found right here. Here you go. Thai, newer coin. I mean, yeah, look at this whole area. I mean, it came out, found some resistance here, broke, back there, bounced for a long time. So it is the daily chart. This is a fucking stable coin though. But when it broke out, it went really hard. Down there again. Yeah, this range might be interesting. It's a big range. Down another 27%, no problem. But if it goes back to its previous high, it's another 123% from here. Yeah, it's hard to come to a conclusion. I mean, low, higher low, high, higher high, ranging. Overall ranges are opportunities. So I would say this is a good hold in this case at the top of it. So that will be it. Long video. Tired. But I hope it was helpful. Now again, last disclaimer. This is an alt-season tier list, right? These are coins that perform against Bitcoin or not. This has nothing to do with dollar pairs. So whenever the market turns around on its Bitcoin pair, I think it's better to hold these than these. Not saying that these cannot bounce, but in the meantime, they can easily go down another 80%. They're already in price discovery or whatever, right? They have a lot more support, this one. Also, because they are now already holding up while Bitcoin is slapping altcoins down, I can imagine that they also bounce harder when altcoins finally outperform. So, a nice risk reward mixture right here. I want to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you like the video. Let me know what other coins I should include in the next one. I will put them in definitely. And for now, thanks for watching. Take care.